What is going on, guys? Dave from Wake Up It's Football, bringing you guys another draft profile today. It is Louis Nix III, the defensive tackle out of Notre Dame. When watching this video, just kind of keep in mind a lot of draft stock will shift and change in the following months leading up to the draft, so just, again, keep that in mind. Look when this video was made, but let's get right into this one. Again, Louis Nix III, defensive tackle out of Notre Dame. He can also be labeled as a nose tackle. 6'3", 340 pounds, some collegiate stats, 122 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, 8 pass breakups, and 14 tackles for loss. Now, a couple things you might want to know about Louis Nix III. First of all, first team All-Independent in 2012. He's a very soft-spoken individual. A lot of people have, a lot of good things to say about him. If you go watch some of his interviews, you'll kind of get that vibe from him right away. He's a very lovable guy, if you will. Now, some pros and cons to Louis Nix III. First of all, the first thing I noted about his game was every time he would, kind of not get beat, but maybe get double teamed against the offensive line, he would still have that second dimension to his game where he would get his hands up into the air as soon as the quarterback throws the ball, and he would pass, or he would break passes up. It was something that he would always do whenever he was just kind of in a bind, in trouble, didn't really get enough pressure on that play. He would kind of fall back to just getting his hand up in the air and batting passes down. That's something that I really liked about Louis Nix III. Another thing was his swim move, especially when it came to some of the shorter offensive linemen that he went up against. He would just kind of, just get him out of his way and get into the open backfield. That's another thing that was a pro in Louis Nix III. Now, versus the run was definitely better than him being a pass rusher. When it came to getting after opposing running backs, he was able to do that a little bit more successfully than he was able to get after quarterbacks. He would usually plug up his gap pretty well. He would get through some offensive linemen without any problem. Now, when he did get double teamed at times, or actually I'm going to say most of the time, he really didn't do much. When he was one-on-one versus being double teamed, it was a completely different story. But for the times that he was up against just one offensive lineman, he was very successful. Now, his hustle play, even when the play is on the opposite, how do I say this exactly? When the play is, far on the far right of the field, far left, down the middle, doesn't matter. When it's not in his vicinity, he's still gonna hustle to that player with the ball, regardless of where he is. As long as he's standing up, he hasn't been knocked down, whatever the case may be, he's gonna hustle. And that's another thing that I noted about Louis Nix III. Now, some cons: pass rushing. For whatever reason, he just could not really get after the passer at times. He would struggle to get his pass rush going. But again, he did fall back on getting his hands up in the air to break passes up. Wrapping up was another thing. For being a slower guy, Louis Nix III would just kind of reach out sometimes to kind of slow running backs down, and at times, he would have the opportunity to make the tackle, but he wasn't able to with the speed that he was going at compared to the speed the running back was going at. The running back was just going too fast. Louis Nix III could not even, wrap up, could not make the tackle. He would slow the running back down. He wouldn't bring him down. There was just, there were some times he would do that. There were other times where he would definitely make the tackle, but you have to note that down. You have to, evaluate everything when it comes to wrapping up. And stamina, for him being a 340-pound defensive / nose tackle, how is he going to perform when it's late in the fourth quarter when it comes to the NFL? You kind of have to ask that question. And at times, there were times where he would slow down a little bit. So you have to call that into question. Now, draft projection, I'm still saying he's a first-round pick, and I like him. From what I saw out of Timmy Jernigan, I like Louis Nix III a little bit more. Teams that might need a defensive tackle kind of late, mid to late first round: Pittsburgh, Miami, Green Bay, San Diego, Seattle, and some of those teams need a nose tackle for those 3-4 defenses. So let me know what you guys think. Throw your questions, comments, concerns down below. But that is a Louis Nix III draft profile. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out.